Welcome to this short video looking at the Prezi Interface. The interface shown in this video is the same as the one a basic or enjoy license holder will see when using the web editor. The interface may appear slightly differently if you are using the Prezi Pro desktop application. The interface is structured in three main sections: the menu bar, the canvas and the path pane. First, let's take a look at the options on the menu bar. The title of the presentation is found at the far left. In this instance, I've changed the title to Copy of Master, but by default it will always be called Untitled Prezi. When you first add text to the canvas, the presentation's title will change to match the text typed. You can change the title later using the options on the Your Prezi's page. Next are the single step undo and redo buttons. These become available once you begin adding and removing content on the canvas. As you see on screen, I'm using the undo and redo buttons to choose whether or not to stick to my text changes. The next button on the menu bar is the save button. As you are working with a browser-based application, I recommend using this option frequently to avoid losing work. This option will save your presentation to the Your Prezi's page. You don't need to specify a save location when using it. Each time it's used, the last save you made for the active presentation will be overwritten. The text next to the button tells you when you last saved. In the centre of the menu bar are two further buttons, Insert and Customize. The Insert button will be heavily used as it contains most of the options used to add content to your presentation, such as images, videos, arrows and lines. The Customize option opens a pane on the right hand side of the screen, allowing you to choose a default or create your own custom theme to apply to the content on your canvas. At the right hand side of the menu bar you will find the Present button. This is used to preview your presentation to see exactly how it will look for the end viewer. The Share button displays various options for sharing your presentation with others directly from within the web editor. Basic settings such as screen ratio and whether shortcuts are enabled in the editor can be found within the Settings menu. If you're stuck and need some additional guidance, you can search Prezi's help resource using the Help search box. Finally, you can close your presentation and return to the Your Prezi's page using the Exit button. When clicked, your presentation will be saved automatically. The main area in the middle of the screen is the canvas. This is where you add your content to build your presentation. If you hover to the far right of the canvas, three hidden buttons will appear. The top button, Show Overview, will zoom out to the furthest point from the canvas to show you everything in your presentation. You can zoom in and out using the zoom options located below the Show Overview button. The final section of the interface we'll look at is the path pane, located on the left hand side of the screen. It contains thumbnails showing you the linked path points within your presentation. Think of this as Prezi's version of the PowerPoint slide pane. You can use this to view, arrange and remove linked path points within your presentation. You can hide the path pane to give you more screen space by clicking on the Show Hide option. Now that you understand the Prezi interface, why not have a look at some of our other videos to learn how to get started on making your own Prezi presentations. Welcome to this short video showing you how to create a new Prezi from a template or from scratch. This video also shows you how to add and edit text on the canvas. To create a new Prezi, you must be on the Your Prezi's page. If you're not here, click on Your Prezi's from the top bar. This page shows you any Prezis you own or have had shared with you. In this video, our focus will be on the New Prezi option only. First, click on the New Prezi option. Depending on your browser settings, either a new tab or new window will open. You can either choose a template for your presentation or create a blank Prezi. Let's first look at templates. Initially, the latest templates are displayed on screen. Clicking on the More button displays all available templates. You can scroll through the list of templates or use the filter box to narrow down the list. Click on the template you like to select it and click Use Template. The template will now open. Its content is already positioned and linked together, so you just have to make changes and share. Instead of using a template for your presentation, you can create your own blank Prezi. Click on the Start Blank Prezi button at the bottom of the template window. By default, a frame and 2 lines of text will appear on the canvas for a new blank Prezi. You can select multiple objects on the canvas by holding the Shift key and making a selection around them. Blue boxes appear around each of the selected objects. To delete an object, press the Delete key. As suggested in our video on customizing Prezi themes, it's a good idea to choose your theme before adding any content to your presentation. Click on the canvas to add some text. Doing so will open the text editor. When ready, type your text into the editor. You can resize the text you have typed using the resize option to the bottom right of the text entry box. The text can be moved around the canvas by clicking and dragging the text editor when the crosshair appears next to the cursor icon. In Prezi, instead of typing your text and choosing its font, you apply one of 3 predefined styles to the text. These styles are set when creating your theme or choosing one of the preset themes from the Customize pane. The 3 text styles are located at the top left of the text editor. Click on one to apply the style to the text. Any changes you have made to the text before applying the style will be forgotten when the style is applied. To change the colour of your text, click on the colour palette and choose one of the colour swatches. This colour will be applied to all of the text. If you want to change the colour of just some of the typed text, make a selection inside the editor, then apply a colour change to this selection. You may wish to split your text over multiple lines. Click on the double arrow button and drag to the left to split the text. To add a coloured backdrop to the text, click on the background colour button. This colour can't be changed, just toggled on and off. Further options can be found at the top of the text editor, for example bullet points, alignment and indentation options. Once you're happy with your text, click outside the text editor box on the canvas to set your text. Click and drag to move around the canvas. To make changes to text on the canvas, hover over it and when the blue box appears around it, single click. This displays the transformation tool. You can also use the same method to modify other objects on the canvas, not just text. You can resize your text or any objects by clicking and dragging the corners of the blue bounding box. If you hover further away from the corner, the rotate option appears. Click and drag this option to rotate the text. Again, this method is also used to rotate other objects. If you leave an object upside down and then link to it, the camera will always orientate to show the object the correct way up. This is how you can add rotation to your presentation. Holding the Shift key whilst rotating an object will do so in equal increments. The 3 buttons in the middle of the transformation tool can be used to grab and move the object, decrease and increase its size. Should you wish to edit the text you are transforming, click on the Edit Text button to take you back to the text editor. You can copy and paste your text or any other object by single clicking on it and using Ctrl+C to copy and Ctrl+V to paste. Alternatively, right click on the Grab button on the selected object and choose Copy, then right click on the canvas and choose Paste. You can select more than one object at once by holding the Control key whilst making your selections. This is a better alternative to making a shift selection if you have lots of objects positioned tightly together. Selecting multiple objects allows you to group them using the Group option at the top of the transformation tool. This means you can select, resize to scale, and move objects together all through one object within the group. To ungroup the objects, just click on the Ungroup button. Welcome to this short video on creating themes for your Prezi presentation. Themes are a really quick and easy way to enhance your presentation. They allow you to change the background colour, font and font colour, frame colour, and the colour of arrows and lines. You can either create your own custom theme or make use of one of Prezi's preset themes. When you select a theme, it is applied to the content on the canvas. I would always recommend creating or choosing your theme first before adding any content to your presentation. Sometimes, when you apply a theme to existing content on the canvas, it may not appear as you would like or you would expect. The presentation you see on screen is a newly created presentation, and it uses the default theme. First, let's take a look at how you can apply one of Prezi's preset themes to your presentation. Click on the Customize button on the menu bar. The Customize pane will open on the right-hand side of the screen. The Theme section of this pane contains the preset themes you can apply to your presentation. Each theme has a thumbnail to show you roughly how it will change your presentation. Click on the theme you would like to apply. Notice how the content on the canvas now changes. If none of the presets are suitable, clicking on Revert to Original will remove the current theme. Now let's take a look at creating your very own custom theme. Scroll down the Customize pane and click on the Advanced button at the bottom to open the Theme Wizard. When creating your own theme, you can choose fonts and font colours, the colour of arrows, lines, highlights and frames. The Theme Wizard is split into two sections, the Basic Wizard and the Advanced Wizard. The Advanced Wizard, shown on screen, allows you to enter specific RGB values for your content. This is particularly useful if you wish to use a specific colour for a frame or for text. For this example, we'll use the Basic Theme Wizard. Instead of entering RGB colour values, you simply select colours from colour palettes. Click on Wizard at the bottom left of the Theme Wizard menu to open the Basic editor. The Theme Wizard has a handy preview area. It shows you how your selections will look when your theme has been applied to the content on the canvas. Be aware that any changes you make in the wizard are also being applied to the content you already have on the canvas. First, choose a background colour swatch to change the colour of your canvas. When you're happy with your choice, click on the Next button to view further theme options. In Prezi, you add your text to the canvas and then apply one of three different styles to it. Your text font and colours for the theme are defined here. Choose a font and font colour for each of the three styles, title, subtitle and body, from the fonts and colours options. When selecting a font from the list, think carefully about how easy it will be for your audience to read. It's also important that the colour choice for your text stands out against the background colour. Here, choosing a yellow font would not be a good idea as the background colour is yellow, so the text would be very difficult to read. Click the Next button to take you to the last menu. Finally, choose colours for your frames and shapes. Any frames you create will use these colours here, and cannot be changed once the frame has been added, without having to change them in the Theme Wizard. Arrows and lines work slightly differently, as they allow you to change their colour once they have been added to the canvas. When you're finished, click on the Done button to save your theme and apply it to your presentation. You can also save this custom theme, so you can apply it to other presentations. Click on the Save Current Theme button at the bottom of the Customize pane. Your theme will be added to the Your Themes list. This now works in the same way as the preset themes listed above. You can delete a saved theme by hovering over it and clicking on the red cross icon when it appears at the top right-hand corner of the theme. Now choose another theme or click Revert to Original to go back to the default theme. When you're finished, click on the small cross to close the Customize pane. In this video, we'll take a look at how you can add PDF and Microsoft PowerPoint files to your presentation. Let's start with PDF files. Prezi won't allow you to add Microsoft Word or Excel files to your presentation, so if you would like to insert a chart or a document, you'll first need to save it as a PDF. If you wish to save a document as a PDF in Word or Excel 2013, you can select PDF as the file type when using the Save As option. Once you have your PDF file ready, click on the Insert button. When the Insert options appear, click on From File, PDF, Video. Now, use the Explorer window to locate the PDF file you wish to insert. When selected, click on the Open button to add it. The processing time will depend on the size of the file you are importing. The more pages and the bigger the file size, the longer it will take to process. When your file has finished processing, it will be added to the canvas. Each page of the PDF will be imported as an individual image. Each page can now be edited in a similar way to images. You can move, resize, rotate and crop. Cropping the pages is particularly useful if you wish to move charts and tables close to each other, or remove blank spaces from the page. You can use the same method to import or edit Microsoft Word documents saved as PDFs. As well as importing PDF files, you can also import your existing PowerPoint presentation files. This is helpful if you have created a presentation in PowerPoint and wish to make a Prezi presentation using the same content. Instead of having to manually copy and paste your text or import each image and video into Prezi, your entire PowerPoint will be imported with all its content. You can then simply choose what you want to reuse. To import your PowerPoint file, click on the Insert button and from the bottom of the list, choose PowerPoint. As before, use the Explorer window to locate the file and once selected, click Open. A new pane will now open on the right hand side of the screen. Your individual PowerPoint slides will appear within the pane once they are uploaded. If you want to add all imported slides onto your canvas, click on the Insert All button located at the top of the pane. Instead of adding all the slides to your canvas at once, you can also click and drag each one individually. Once positioned on the canvas where you want it, click on the green tick to insert it. One thing to note is that when you import your PowerPoint presentation, the content will be copied across, but the formatting and layout you've had in PowerPoint will be lost. Here on the left, you can see how the imported slide looks in Prezi. On the right, you can see how the original slide looked when in PowerPoint. Notice how different they appear. With the slide inserted, its contents become active and can be manipulated like other objects on the canvas. To close the PowerPoint pane, click on the small blue cross icon next to the title of the PowerPoint file. When the dialog box appears on screen, click on the Close Import button. Welcome to this video showing you how you can add media elements to your presentation. We'll look at adding and editing images, YouTube videos, and how to upload and embed your own video. Let's begin by looking at how to add and edit images to your presentation. Click on the Insert button from the menu bar and choose Image. This will open the image pane on the right hand side of the screen. The image pane is split into three sections. You can select an image from your computer to upload, search for images on the web from within Prezi, or add a recommended image from the Prezi list. To upload an image from your computer, click on the Select Files button. Locate your image using the Explorer and when selected, click Open. Only file types supported by Prezi will be displayed. Prezi will now process your image and add it to the canvas. The transformation tool appears and can be used in the same way as it can be with text, to move, resize and rotate your image. When transforming a selected image, additional options appear at the top of the transformation tool. The crop image option allows you to cut any unwanted part of your image out. When activated, 4 cropping markers will appear around the image. Click and drag these within the image to alter the boundaries. The more transparent area you see on screen is the area of the image which will no longer be visible when the image is cropped. Once you finish cropping your image, click anywhere outside of the image on the canvas to apply the crop. If you've cropped too much of the image, reselect it and click on the Crop Image button again. You can now recrop. If you have added an image to a specific location on the canvas and wish to replace it with another image in the same place, click the Replace button. As before, click on the Select Files button and locate and add your replacement image. You can further manipulate images within the presentation using the Effects option. You can make use of the Enhance option, add a colour effect similar to Instagram, and add a nice border around your image. The Effects option allows you to add a filter effect to your image. Effects are a great way of quickly making your image look a little bit more interesting. Select your effect from the list and click on the Apply button when you're happy with how your image looks in the preview area below. Finally, you can use the Frames option to add a border around your image. Like the effects, there are several frames to choose from and preview. When you find the one you like, select it and click on the Apply button. When you're finished editing your image and happy with how it looks in the preview area, click on the Save button to apply your changes. If your image border doesn't appear in full, click on the image and use the Crop Image option to recrop it until you can see the entire frame. As well as uploading an image from your computer, you can also search the web for images from within Prezi. The Search Images on the Web option can be found within the Insert Image pane. Type your search term into the search box. Before running the search, click on the down pointing arrow next to the globe icon to show further search options. It's a good idea to check the Show Only Images Licensed for Commercial Use option before you search. When you're ready to run the search, click on the blue Search button. Thumbnails for the images matching your search term will appear below the search box. Click and drag your chosen image onto the canvas to add it to your presentation. As well as adding images to your presentation, you can also add videos. Prezi allows you to link and stream a YouTube video or upload and embed your own video file. First, I'll show you how to insert a YouTube video. Click on the Insert button and from the list choose YouTube video. This will open the Insert YouTube dialog box. Copy the URL from your YouTube video you wish to insert, paste it into the box using Ctrl+V, or right click and choose Paste. Click on the blue Insert button to add the video to your presentation. Your video will be added to the canvas. You can move, resize and rotate it using the transformation tool, as you have done with images and text. YouTube videos can only be played within a presentation with a live internet connection, as they are streamed and not embedded. If the presentation is downloaded and viewed offline, they will not work. To preview your video, first you need to click on the canvas to deselect it. The play button you see in the centre of the video doesn't actually work. To play your video, hover over the bottom and click on the play button when it appears. If you have a video on your computer you want to add to your presentation, you can also upload and embed this. An embedded video doesn't require an internet connection to be played back. Click on the Insert button and from the list select From File PDF Video. Just like adding an image, select the video using the Explorer window and choose Open. Again, only files supported by Prezi will be visible. The time it takes Prezi to process your video depends on its file size. Larger videos may take a considerable time to process and embed. You don't need to deselect your video to preview it. Just hover over the bottom and click on the play button when it appears. Welcome to this short video showing you how to manage your existing presentations using the Your Prezis page of the website. You should be taken to this page after logging in, but if not, click on Your Prezis on the black bar at the top of the screen. By default, this page will show you all of the presentations you have either created or have had shared with you. You can create a new folder to move some of your presentations to by clicking on the New Folder button. When the text entry box appears, type a name for the folder and click on the blue Rename button. Click on the All Prezis folder so that you can see all of your presentations at once. To move a presentation to the newly created folder, first hover over the presentation so that further options are displayed. Click on the black folder icon when it appears and from the drop-down list, select the newly created folder. A presentation can be placed in more than one folder at the same time. Any edits made to it will be applied to the copy in all folders. As you see, 2 presentations have been added to the new folder. These will still be visible when you view the All Prezis folder. Sharing options for a specific folder can be accessed by clicking on the Folder Settings button and choosing Manage Folder from the list. To view more options for a specific presentation, such as naming, editing and sharing, click on the presentation title. To rename your presentation, hover over its title and when it becomes highlighted, click to enter edit mode. Now type your title and save it using the blue Save button. You can also change the description for the presentation in the same way. To learn how to change the privacy settings for your presentation and how to download and share it with others, check out our other videos. Welcome to this video showing you how to frame the content on your canvas and link it together to create your presentation. First, let's start by taking a look at adding frames to your content. Frames are a key part of the Prezi experience. They can either be used as content placeholders or to control exactly what your audience sees. Think of them as Prezi's version of the PowerPoint slide. There are 2 different ways in which frames can be added to your canvas. The quickest and easiest way is to use the frame options at the top of the path pane. First, choose the type of frame you wish to use from the Frame Type option. There are 3 visible and 1 invisible frames to choose from. The thumbnail above the option will change to match your selected frame type. To add the selected frame type to the canvas, click and drag the thumbnail and release it when in position. The colour of the frame is defined in the theme. It cannot be changed without altering it using the theme wizard. When a frame is added to the canvas, it will automatically be added as a path point in the path pane. Path points are covered later in this video. You can zoom into your frame to make it easier to adjust by clicking on it within the path pane. Clicking on the frame will select it and display the transformation tool. This allows you to manipulate your frame like you can do with other objects on the canvas. You can resize and move it using the options in each corner or the 3 buttons in the middle of the frame. To adjust one side of the frame only, hover the cursor over the blue line on the side you wish to move and when the double arrow appears, click and drag to resize. This allows you to neaten the frame up and make it better fitting to the content it surrounds. This adjustment works best for rectangle or bracket frames. Any content contained within the frame will now move to when the frame is moved. To quickly replace the selected frame with an alternative, click on the Frame Options button and choose a different frame. If you want to delete a frame which surrounds an object, click on the Frame Options button and choose Remove Frame. This will remove the frame only and not the content it contains. If you use the Delete button or the Delete key, both the frame and the content it contains will be deleted. The path point for the deleted frame will also be removed from the path pane. You can also make use of Prezi's invisible frames. These are particularly powerful as they allow you to pan or zoom into a specific area within an object without actually appearing on the canvas. They are added, moved and adjusted in the same way as normal visible frames. In the example you see on screen, I am adding an invisible frame around the document image and then another around a specific part of it. When linked, the presentation will first show the full document and then zoom in. Now that we've looked at adding frames, let's take a look at how to create path points to link your presentation together. You can add a path point to any object on the canvas, from frames to images and videos to arrows. In order to add a path point to an object, you must be in Edit Path mode. To enter this mode, click on the Edit Path button at the bottom of the path pane. When in edit mode, any object you select on the canvas will be added as a path point. As you hover over an object, a small number will appear to the left of it to inform you which point in the path it will be added as. Click on the object to add a path point to it. As with frames, a small thumbnail for the linked object will appear in the path pane. As you hover over the object you wish to add the next path point to, a blue line will appear to show you the path. A number will also appear to the left of the object as before. As well as linking to objects, you can also link to any frames on the canvas. Clicking on the thumbnails within the path pane allows you to quickly run through your linked presentation, although, as you're not using the Present button, they won't look exactly as they will for the viewer. When you're happy with the order of your path points, press the Escape key or click on the Done button to exit edit mode. To preview your presentation as the viewer will see it, select the first thumbnail and click on the Present button. You can move through your presentation using the left and right arrow keys or the arrow buttons at the bottom of the screen. Press the Escape key to exit presenter view. You can quickly reorder the path by clicking and dragging the thumbnails within the path pane. You don't need to be in edit mode to do this. As you do so, the numbers on the left of the linked objects or frames will be updated. To remove a path point from an object, first click on the Edit Path button to enter edit mode, then drag the number away from the left of the object you wish to remove from the path. You can also remove the path point by hovering over the thumbnail on the path pane and clicking on the red cross when it appears. Sometimes you may wish to insert a path point into your existing path. You can do so by dragging the small circle with a plus sign onto the object you wish to insert a new path point. This option is only available when in edit mode. Welcome to this short video where we'll be taking a look at how you can change the privacy settings for your presentation, share it with others, grab the embed code, start a remote presentation and download a copy for safekeeping and playback. In order to access all of the options I am going to demonstrate, I have opened my presentation by clicking on its title within the Your Prezi's page. To start, let's take a look at how the privacy settings for the selected presentation can be changed. If you are a basic license holder, all of your presentations will be available to the public by default, and this cannot be changed. Presentations created by Enjoy and Pro license holders are made private by default, meaning that only you can see them. To change the privacy settings for your presentation, click on the Privacy button below the presentation preview window. The name displayed on this button will vary depending on the setting applied to the particular presentation. This will open the Share dialog box. You can add a viewer or editor to your presentation by typing the recipient's email address in the Add People text box. The email address you type does not have to be that of a registered Prezi user. To choose whether to give the recipient editing or viewing rights for your presentation, click on the Editor button and choose from the list. Once you've selected their rights, click on the blue Add button. An email will automatically be sent to the intended recipient. The recipient will now receive an email with a link to the presentation. If they don't have a Prezi account, they will need to sign up. Once logged in, the presentation will appear in the Shared With You section of their Your Prezi's page. If given editing rights, any changes they make to this presentation will be applied to your version too. For this reason, it's always recommended that you create a copy using the Save a Copy button and then share this version with others instead of your main copy. You can change the rights a viewer or editor has or remove their access to your presentation completely by clicking on their name and choosing an option from the drop-down list. To alter the general privacy settings for your presentation, grab the Set Privacy Level slider and move along between Private, Hidden or Public. The options displayed below the slider will change depending on the level you choose. For example, if you choose Hidden, you can copy the link and send it to those who you wish to view your presentation. They don't have to have a Prezi account to view your presentation using this link. If you make your presentation public, anyone can search for it and see it through the Prezi website or the link. You may also wish to allow your presentation to be reused by others, effectively creating a usable template. The Share window can be closed by clicking on the small Close button at the top right. Privacy and sharing options can also be accessed by clicking on the Share button. Prezi presentations can also be embedded in some websites. You can obtain the embed code for your presentation by clicking on the Embed button. You can choose the width and height, as well as constrain playback to back and forward steps using the options in the Embed Prezi window. Your embed code can be copied using the blue Copy Code to Clipboard button. Prezi also allows you to present your presentation remotely to up to 30 users at one time. These users don't have to have Prezi accounts to view. Click on the Present Remotely button and copy the link displayed on screen. Email or share this link to your audience. When viewers click on this link, they will be shown a loading screen informing them that the presentation has yet to start. To launch the presentation, click on the blue Start Remote Presentation button. The link will expire 10 minutes after you close the presentation. Viewers of your presentation will be listed down the right-hand side of the screen with coloured avatars. In this example, as the link was not shared with any viewers, you won't see any on screen. Finally, we are going to take a look at how you can download a copy of your presentation. This is most useful for offline playback and sharing. Click on the Download button to open the download window. Ensure that the Presenting option on the left is highlighted in blue and click on the Download button to begin. The length of time Prezi takes to prepare your download depends on the size of your presentation. I've speeded it up slightly for this video. Depending on your browser settings, your download will be saved to where you choose or the default location. Locate the downloaded file on your computer. It will be a compressed folder which you will now need to unzip. Right-click on the folder and use the unzipping software on your computer to unzip the folder. In this example, I've used 7-zip. Once the compressed folder has been unzipped, another folder should have been created. This folder contains your presentation and all the information to go with it. It's vital that if you are sharing your presentation or transferring it to a portable storage device, you copy the entire unzipped folder. This is because this folder contains not only your presentation, but all of the information to go with it and the Adobe Air player. To load your presentation, open the uncompressed folder, followed by the content folder. To open your presentation, double-click on the Prezi icon. Your presentation will now open using the Adobe Air player. Once your presentation opens, you can step through it using the forward and backward buttons, as well as the automated playback button. Just remember, when sharing your downloaded presentation, always share the entire folder and not just the Prezi file. In this video, we've looked at the various sharing, privacy and download options. You can also access most of these options from within the Prezi editor, as well as others, by clicking on the Share button at the top right of the screen.
If you like this, subscribe below, smiley face.